I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is Tuesday, August 15, 2023. So we got this big bearish candle. So yesterday, go watch yesterday's video so it makes sense. At the end of the video, I gave an option to fall down from where we were, but take out that previous high first, which we were on the 4-hour chart. And I said this high right there and getting into this wick, I would like to see it come down. I said it's possible up here. And, you know, of course, that's an option. But they held this as the lower high. So this is lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low, right? What was our intention? We're trying to get into this daily imbalance like we've been talking about for a while now. Actually, since July 19 or 20th, right? But they finally got into it. And you know, one of the things I might struggle with a little bit is like, you know, I know it's coming in here, but then it's like, you know, when I mentioned dangling the carrot, sometimes I'll go against myself and be like, oh, that's not happening today. Right? And then it'll happen literally today. So you got to keep that framework. I think you're going to always work on yourself. Me, at where the stage I'm at, I'm always still growing. I'm always still trying to get better. Am I the best trader in the world? Absolutely not. You know, am I dealing with $500,000 trades? No, I'm not doing that, right? I'm not even at that level. I could be, I guess, if I wanted to try, but I'm, you know, don't need to at the moment. You know, I'm happy with what I kind of do as far as looking for my 2 to 3 trades a day, you know, type of thing, right? And then have a nice day. So, but anyways, exactly what I said yesterday. Took that high out, got into that wick, sold off. Now, this was another Asia situation. Asia, if I go into a smaller time frame here, you'll see Asia was here just to open. I'm on a 5-minute. If I scrunch up a little bit, we ended up taking, that's that high I was talking about. And I said, was this going to get taken out? Now, I thought that this might be another midnight situation and in Asia, and I didn't take it. And I thought to take it, but this was really suspect, and I couldn't hang on enough to be past 1 o'clock where I saw like a break here or this break here. So it was just called it a day. But I was paying attention to it. And it did take out this high, but I had a thought that it might just take out those highs, right? So, which it made sense if they did, but at the same time, they didn't. So, Asia London people, you had a field day with this. But anyways, so price did break down, came back up into that last block right there. And then also the resistance here and sank down. I'm waking up here. So now it's 8:30. We have news at 8:30. Here, I'm going to go to a 1 minute for this price action. But before I do, I'm using the range because I'm waking up and the price is here, right? So I'm a little bit early today. So I'm ready at 8:30, not 9:30, 8:30. And sure enough, we're in this fib here. So this A to B right here. And we were selling in its resistance at, well, not resistance, but it's holding at the 61, right? So we came down, we took out that low, I'm talking about yesterday, and we peaked back up. We got back into this block. Ultimately, that was really what they did, besides taking out this high, is getting into this last up block on this 1 hour right here. You can see it right there, which is in Asia that this happened. So what is my range? I like to try to deal with ranges as best as I can, right? If I know that's a lower low and that's a lower high, you want to get a lower low where? You want to get into this daily imbalance and be below this low. So that being the case, when I'm waking up here, point of the story is when the price gets here, now I'm saying, okay, well, we're going to take out this low and then we're going to do a retrace. So where do I put my fib? Well, I could have put it from this top here to down here and it retraced, but we already did that yesterday, right? Or till Asia, right? And I think I forgot to mention that too, that was a possibility. But then I use this range, which is this high, which is over here in Asia from here, and I'm bringing it down to the 8:30. So at 8:30, now they spike down, and what do they take? They take out liquidity. We've already took out this low here, but then we take out that low. See that low right there? That's that one that we've been talking about. This low right here. So we run through that through 8:30. So once I know that we hit that at 8:30, because keep in mind, my chart, I got other charts than the screen that you're looking at, obviously, right? So I can see this level here, that this low gets taken out. Look to the right. Look to the right. I'm going to hover over on the 1 hour and look to the right of that low. See where that low got taken out? Got taken out here. So that's a big piece of liquidity as well, right? If I do scrunch up, we end up getting into that low right there. And I know it's probably hard to see. You're like, dude, what is that? Go look at July 18th. But you'll see that low right there. And this 8:30 candle, I got to go to 1 minute now. And the whole point of, and I actually got to go even a 10-second, but the point of what I'm saying is that I'm looking for the range, right? So in as far as the range goes, I'm using this fib A. Now I'm over here at 8:30. I'm using this as B. What am I trying to do here? Well, I know that they're going to fake the market out. Number two, they already took liquidity twice. So they took it here on their own self, and then we took out that low right there, and then we also took out that low right there, and then we're in an imbalance. So I'm expecting a quick buy, and the range that I have, obviously, you know, what I usually try to do is hit to the 50, right? So boom, take the trade, and I do take a loss, right? I got to go to a 10-second. You're not going to see it. Okay, just bear with me. Now, this was me being thirsty, but I do know what I expect to happen. So when this price comes down and comes back up and comes down, I normally would never take this trade, right? Because it's an equal low, and for it to retrace that deep, it's not usually something I would take. But I took it, and it lost quickly, and I was okay with that. Then I take that trade. See that right there, that little down candle? Now, this is very hard to understand. I'm trying to make this simple. I don't think this is ever simple. But get this little gap right there, and the candle actually pops up, opens back at that block, and then but shoots down real quick to close that gap, and you're now back in that block. And that's my trade pattern. So I end up missing this pattern, right? And then what happens is this candle comes up and retraces right back into these last two down candles. So I have a limit order at this point right here, and it does tap in beautifully. I was going to put my limit order right here to come back to it, but if there's an imbalance and it holds, I'll miss it, which is that little candle. We're talking about, look at these little candles. Look at each specific little candle, right? And then with this candle coming down, I have these last two blocks here. And if I was to put my limit order right there at this gap or this gap, I would have missed it, as you see. So common pattern. Generally, I would have liked this, and I saw this, but it was just really fast. But this kicked me in, and then look at this. You had to hold and protect your trade because, but where am I going? I know that we want to take out all these people selling, but here is the gimmick of why I didn't expect it to go any higher, is because number one, it is a fast market. You got this big bearish candle. Number two, we're trying to get in here. Number three, if you look at this price range or this price action, you'll see that this is all balanced. You see how many times we came up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. See that? So where does it really break from? Where is it really inefficient of price? Well, 50% would be the number one target that I would look at, all right, which it hit beautifully. It was so amazing. I was able to get in. I was able to be in profit. And then when it reached my target, I immediately took the sell, which was a confidence thing. But number three, or whatever, you see this, obviously you would think this is a big imbalance, and and it can be, but what all I needed it to do was tap into it, and then take out that liquidity, which it did beautifully. If I squinch it here, you'll see we had, you see how it starts to range out, and it kind of like protects this level. Everyone thinks this is selling. Retail is like, yo, we're selling, this is resistance. So me knowing the algorithm is going to come and wipe out those people. And I got a 50% delivery. And this is balanced price range. So I'm not expecting the price to come up back this way. I'm expecting the price to come back more down, because we're getting into the whole point of what we're trying to do is get into the daily imbalance and to the 50% of it. Could this have happened tomorrow? Sure, it could. So, but this is the general gist, right? Anyways, long story short, yeah, I can never make them short. This trade works well, right? Took a loss, comes right here, right to that 50, and on top of that, this is 930 open right here. So the 930 open happens to be right here, okay? And I'm already familiar of what my game plan is with my range. So to be honest with you, I didn't really care what time it was. Even though I knew it was 930, I was already in this trade. And I was actually hoping for it to go a little higher. But I was like, when you get that feeling like, yo, you got this, you got all this money, and now you're a little worried about it, and it's 930. Look what the 930 did. Well, look at these candles, 930 and 50 seconds. Boom. Now it's 930 on the head. This is a 10-second chart though. All right. So this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, this candle, all the way. This is all 1 minute. All right. So it shoots up here, and then you start to see a breakdown. So I'm going to be completely out of the trade once it tapped this first. I'm already out. Once it taps this, then I see the struggle right here. Okay. Now I could have came up higher, but at the same time, look at what my game plan is, right? So once I get a breakdown and a pop back up, where am I taking this trade? This last wick right here, I'm on a 10-second though. If you looked at a 1 minute, you would see this a little different. But when I look at this up candle is a block in itself. So you see how it taps in right away? What would be a good place? Above that little piece, because someone would have pushed sell here. All right, because I was about to push sell right here, to be honest. Then it popped back up, and it doesn't pass 50% of that wick, and that's what I want to see. Me generally though, I'm gonna be already in the trade once it gets into this block. Stop losses right above there. So that being the case, taps in, starts rolling. Where are we going with this trade? We're going down to the we're trying to get below the daily imbalance high, which is the purple line, and we're trying to get at least taking out this liquidity here from the 8:30 news. All right, so because the algorithm will reference also news event times. So that's how they use this volatility and manipulation. So price comes right to it. And besides taking it at the low, here, yes, did I want to come in here? Yes, but I had a strong feeling that we were going to wipe out some of the sellers before we came back more down. So this is where I kind of fumble a little bit. Not yet though. So, and remember, we have, damn, I can never make these short, bro. I got to make this quick. So, looking at this, look at the 1 hour here. So if you could see, this is that 8:30, we bought up, we sold down. So we sold down, we took out that liquidity. And remember this little fib. I've had these levels drawn, last week, I believe. All right. So I dragged this over. All right. And you see this quad fib where it shows 25%, every 25% inside this daily imbalance. Look what happens. So we come down. And when it came down here, I didn't care for it to tap this 25% level and then buy. It was because it was the time. We did take out liquidity, and this was price action was more important than this quad fib, if that makes any sense. All right. So anyways, then we come down to it, and where am I taking this trade? So I told you to sell. Yes, this liquidity, but I want to take it to this 25%. So now we relive hitting this 25%, because the last time we hit this 25% was here. or no, we didn't hit it. It was half of the 25%. This low right here. If you recall that video, go watch that video on August 8th. All right, so now we're down here. We hit that. Now I'm out. I'm completely out. Now I do look for a buy here. Okay, and this is where I take a couple losses here because I knew it was going to buy. Why did I know it was going to buy? Well, I know we're at the 25%. Yes, here's the 50, but if I didn't have anything on my screen, like technical wise, my logic is lower low, lower high, lower low. Right, it's far enough. It's a lower low here, and I want to retrace back up and wipe out some of these people. How high? I did not expect it to come this high, but I did expect it to try to come at least to this 50. So I got the fib here, another fib now, right? This fib from here to make it come back to 50% fair delivery. So now I'm in this trade. And right before I do, I take a couple losses here. I tried to buy here. You can't see it. I tried to buy it right here, and then it came down, and it came back down right here. And then I tried to take another buy right here. I should have not took this buy right here, but I was just overconfident. There's no other way to put this. Overconfident. So price took me out again. Okay, and which is fine, no problem. And then I get a pattern here. So price pops up above this candle, leaves an imbalance, and you also have this down candle. You can see this on a 1 minute better. Let me go to a 1 minute. And you'll see right here. You'll see right here that this candle gets printed here. We pop up above it. And then we come right back down and we close here. All right. Then this candle comes down and taps into this block. I have a limit order on this block right here. All right. And then sure enough, it comes back up. All right. Retrace is heavy. And I was like, man, that's rough. And you see high, low, high, low, high. And I was like, oh, they're going to definitely come hit this. Perfect. Now this is where trying to be right, overconfidence, and perfection will bite you in the ass. Because I tried to hold it and take it to here. So now it becomes lunchtime, and I'm like, okay, hopefully we don't get a lunch reversal. We ended up getting a lunch reversal. And then once it broke this level here, I was out of the trade right here. Once it broke here, because I was so confident that it was going to bounce from here and go up. And then once I kept seeing this candles coming down, I closed out. And then I ended up being done for the day. So here is another issue that I had. What's the other issue that I had? I got to remember that we're coming to this 50%. So I should be looking for sells, which I'm not saying I wasn't, but I was married to this. I was like, oh, well, they're going to trick us. They're going to come down and then come right back up. I left it alone. I was not playing with this fucking market, and I'm glad I didn't, because it got a little ugly. But I did see this as a sell if it sold. I did see this as a buy when it took out this low right here. So lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, lower high, but then this comes and pops it up. So I'm familiar with, if I took this trade here, and I had a beautiful pattern right there. Take it above here, up to here, and take the trade. This would be a trade in itself, all by itself. To hold it above here, that's not most likely going to happen. And then what did the price do? Came back one more time. So this is the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This is the lower high because it takes out this liquidity. So I understand the way this market moves, and that's what I'm trying to also teach, is having this mind frame of what could this lower high look like. It can really be ugly and shake you out, and you have no idea what's going on here. But in reality, this is what they were doing. Now I'm not trading anymore though, because God knows what was going to happen here. Because obviously it's either going to go up from here for a short time, or it's going to come down here for a short time. Sure enough, look how they did it. And the power hour, which I figured they would do it, the power hour was going to either push it up or push it down. And then craziest thing, I lose sight on my own story. I'm the one with the story, and then I lose sight on it. So I was not comfortable at all trading after this because it just became very confusing. Not that it was confusing, but I was mentally exhausted. And this was the reason here. In a perfect world, I would have liked it to have tapped here and then sold off, and then I would have been a part of this move. I would have been a part of this move, and probably a part of this move too. But the thing is this right here, they suckered me. They got me. I'm okay with it, no problem. But it's all experience and growing and all that. So anyways, that was the day here. And where is the price? Well, we hit that 50 really nice. Look at the 25% right here, this line right here. Can't you see it? Can't you see it dancing around it? This is not like a random line. But look how it comes up, comes above it, tests it, comes above, tests it again, goes underneath it, goes above it, comes above it, test it again, blow right through, right? So you can see that this is a very valuable level, obviously, right? So this is not like just hindsight, but because I had this level drawn. So what? Look at look what time it is. 3:24. They shoot the price down. Usually starts after 3:20, but what was the power hour going to do? Was it going to take these lows and hit here, or was it going to take these highs and go up? That was the question I would have asked if I was trading. And sure enough, what did it do? Look, this is not a coincidence, especially at the time of the day. And boom, we end up landing right at, we hugging it. You can't tell me that we're not hugging that 50% level. So anyways, that was the day. And now tomorrow, and sometimes I also struggle with these areas because my mind plays tricks on me. It does, really does. And then I'm such a conspiracy theorist that I'll turn around and be like, oh, no. We're coming here. We're going to hit that. They're just fucking everybody over. But this wasn't fair delivery. So if I extend this, then this is where we are now. So this is the range I'm dealing with. Why did I take it from there? Because it never went 50%. So generally, I'm going to take out this range, extend it, and then and now what's going to happen? Okay, so here's the thing. This can get tricky because a lot of crazy news going on as well. But to seal this gap would obviously make sense for them to keep coming down, right? But it most likely it's not going to just keep coming down. This 50% could be a nice balance. Could this be the range that we're dealing with now? This doesn't show it that well. I should have kept this. Let me make this visible on the hours. All right. Where'd it go? Right there. So we had this range, came up, then we have this range. So we're sitting in this range. So I look at it this: lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low right there. That level right there. Then it oh, you can't see it you can't see it. Hold on. 4 hours is difficult. So 1 hour you can see here. Lower low, lower high, and then lower low. Now, does this become the lower low and we get a lower high, and this lower high comes back and takes out that liquidity there? You see the 50 level is right here. So does it come and tap that daily imbalance again? I'm going to highlight it. All right, don't get lost here. I got this little middle fib there. That's just to show you how you can see this. But it's getting ugly because it's like, man, a lot of things can happen here. Is the ultimate goal to seal this daily imbalance? Look down here on the daily. Yes, it is, right? Do we have an imbalance of price from here to here? Sort of. At the least back at this daily high imbalance right there. So that's why I like this range And it's very possible that we pop back up to wipe out that liquidity there, which is, I am talking about this area here, this liquidity here, and then possibly tap here. And do we take another sell from here? If it never makes it that far, then expect it to keep lower low, lower high like this down. All right. And that's pretty much it. All right, you guys, other than that, you guys take care and God bless.